All right, so 12 o'clock, we'll go ahead and get started. And then anyone who's joining us later can just pick back up. So again, today we have a full body workout. We're going to be doing lower body, upper body, and then core as well. We're going to be working in supersets. I'll tell you the timing where it's needed or reps. It's going to change. So I'll tell you when we're going to switch over to a time set versus a rep set. So we're going to kind of alternate between lower body and upper body as well. So we're going to start with our lower body plus abs, and then upper body plus abs, and then go back into lower and upper and switch that way. Okay, so let's start with the warm up here. We're just going to get up on our feet. We're going to start with our ankle rotations. So you're just going to dig your big toe into the floor. You're going to take 6 rotations per direction per side. So per leg, you're going to do 12 rotations in total. So switching directions, going the other way. And you want to do this nice and slow. And you really want to put pressure through your big toe into the floor. All right, going on to the other side, same thing, putting pressure into the floor with your big toe and really exploring the range of motion that you have. You're going to take it nice and slow, 6 per direction per side. Going to the other way. Good. Then bring it down into some hip rotations. So your hands are going to be under your shoulders, knees under the hips. You're going to take a strong brace in your core. You're going to extend your leg out. And then from here, start to make small circles, circling back to close to your elbow and then back out. And once you're comfortable, you can start to take bigger rotations with the hip. Try not to lift your hip off the floor. And we're just going to do 5 per direction, so 10 total per side. Switching the other way. So going out now. Remember to extend your leg fully as you come out. You've got a strong brace the entire time. Last one here. And switch to the other side, same thing. So extend it out, contract the glutes, and then nice and slow with your rotation. Going the other way, same thing. And again, try not to lift the hips off the floor. You're trying not to open up to that side. So both hips are facing the floor. Last one here. And rest. We're gonna go into some high knees and jumping jacks. Now that our joints are all warmed up, we're just gonna go for about 30 seconds. And you're just gonna switch between your high knees and jumping jacks, however you see fit. So just a couple reps of each. You want to keep a fast pace throughout. Good. Couple more seconds here. Get the arms moving as well. Got a couple more. Last switch here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And finally, we'll take it into the world's greatest stretch here. So we're going to come down into a lunge position, both front knee and back knee at 90 degrees. You're going to come to lean forward, fingertips in the floor, and you're going to start to rotate to the open side. Follow your hand, nice and slow coming all the way down. We're going to go 5 per direction here. So nice and slow, try to follow your hand. We're trying to get that thoracic rotation here. So that mid-back rotation. And that's going to come into effect if you're following your hand with your head. One more here. And plant your hand on the floor, staying with the same stance. You're going to go on the other side. This side's going to be a little bit more challenging. You are a little bit more restricted on this side here. Good, 3 more. Last one. And switch over to the other side, same thing. Back leg comes forward, set the 90 degrees in both legs first, and then set your hands down and go with the rotations. Once you feel comfortable with these, you can go a little bit faster and faster. Good, 2 more. And switching to the other side, same thing. Follow your hand through. And you're grounding through those toes. So you're gonna feel it in your glutes a little bit as well. And last one here. And rest. All right, so we're gonna go through our lower body, upper body, and core. Each exercise, lower or upper body, is gonna be paired with a core exercise. So you are gonna get a lot more core workout throughout this workout. So we're gonna start with a low lateral lunge, and that's gonna be paired up with your single leg jackknife. So for both these exercises, we're gonna do 12 per side. And the time between the sets is just gonna be 1 minute, 45 seconds to a minute. So it's a quick turnover, and we're gonna perform 2 sets at each station. Okay, so for our low lateral lunge, you're going to get in a double wide squat stance. So if this is your squat stance, you're just gonna double that, so think sumo stance. You're gonna establish your sumo squat position. And from here, you're traveling from side to side in your lateral lunge. So as you can see, as I come to the side, my shin is perfectly straight, my knee is stacking over my ankle. That's exactly what we're looking for. And we're looking to stay low in this position. So from the side, you'll see that I don't really come up high. I'm setting my stance first, and I'm staying low as one leg straightens out. And that way I'm really gonna feel it in my glutes and my quads. I'm trying not to come up as I go through my sets or reps. And then that's gonna be paired with your single leg jackknives. So we're gonna be laying on the floor. You're gonna make sure that your lower back is digging into the floor, hands above your head. You're gonna come up and then back down nice and slow, come up. So obviously this exercise can be regressed as well. You don't have to get your leg up all the way in the air. If you can just do this, that is fine as well. So just small lifts. Okay, so we're gonna start with the low lateral lunge and then quickly go into the jackknives without a break, and then we'll get a break after those 2 exercises are complete. Okay, so setting into our position, we're gonna go 12 per side. So we're gonna rock back and forth. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, coming down, going to the right and back to the left, that's 1. So again, we're going nice and slow, and if you have weights at home too, you can add this to the movement. It's gonna make it a little bit harder. We're at 4, so stay low. Stay as low as you possibly can. And you're gonna try to go as slow as you can. We're at 6. Halfway there. Good. 8. Here we go for 10. 11. Last one. 12. And coming straight to the floor, no rest. We're gonna go 12 per side. Here we go. Coming up for 1. 2, breathe out at the top. 3. 4. 5, keep that lower back on the floor. 6, halfway there. 7, 8, 9, almost there, keep going. 10, and 2 more per side here, let's go. 11, and 12, finish up, and rest. So I'm gonna start my timer for our rest. We're just gonna rest about a minute between each set. Okay, so we're gonna do that one more time here, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So if you found that the low lateral lunge was a little bit easy, like I said, you can hold something in your hands. If you have dumbbells at home, if you have a barbell, that's perfect. If you don't, you can just fill up a backpack with water bottles, with textbooks, whatever you have, and hold that either on your person or just on your hands. Okay, so if, again, you don't have weights at home and it was still a little bit too easy, we're gonna up the reps here. So we're gonna go 15 per side this time instead of 12 to make it a little bit more challenging. So we've got about 20 seconds here for a break, and then we'll get right back into it. Right. Getting ready in about 10 seconds. So getting set in your sumo squat position. So really wide with the legs. You still want the toes to be pointed forward so that when we come down, it's in line with the knee. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go coming down. I'm gonna go side to side. That's 1. So again, we're trying to stay low. Your hips stay level through the entire motion. That's 3. Good. 4. Good. 6. You're gonna feel that burn in your quads. 8. Try to straighten out that leg fully. We're at 10. We got 5 more per side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stick with it. And 5. Rest. All right, quickly coming down into our jackknife. It's a little bit hard to talk through these ones, but I'll try my best. Here we go. And coming up for 1. Remember, you're breathing out at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're halfway there. 7, 8, 9. 3 more. 1, 2. Last one. And 3. Finish up and rest. All right, great job. So that was the first round. I'm going to let you catch your breath while I catch mine. I'm going to explain the next exercise and we'll get started in a bit. So we are going to be moving into some upper body elements now. It's a little bit challenging to do upper body. You don't have any equipment, so we got to get creative with it. So we're going to do an inchworm, and that's going to be paired with our plank hip dips. So for the inchworm, it may look like a core exercise, and it definitely is, but you're going to be on your hands a lot, and you're going to start to feel the shoulder burn as well. So for the inchworm, we're going to be starting at the back of our mats. You just want the feet about hip width apart. And from here, we're going to start to hinge down, and we're going to work our way into a high plank, and then come back up. When you come at the top, you want to squeeze your glutes. So when we're starting, our glutes are squeezing through. I'm coming towards the floor, nice and slow. Come to the top of your high plank, and then go back into your inchworm, squeeze the glutes. So again, we're just gonna slowly come down. You don't wanna completely drop the hips down. You wanna leave them up here. You want a nice plank position, and then you're gonna go back up. For the most part, try to remain a straight leg through this exercise. It's gonna help you with the range of motion, and it's gonna be a lot more on the shoulders as well. So that's gonna be paired with our plank hip dip. So for this exercise, we're gonna be down on our elbows into your normal plank position. And then from here, we're going to hike our hips up, and we're going to dip to the side, and then hike up and dip to the side. So I really want you to hike up because you're going to use your obliques for this motion to bring your hips up to starting position. So for both these exercises, we're going to do 15. So 15 inchworms plus 15 per side, or actually let's start 12 per side for the hip dips. Okay, so getting ready at the back of your mat. We're gonna go 15 inchworms. Again, nice and slow. You wanna take 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, coming all the way down, nice and slow. Plank, and then back up, straight legs, squeeze your glutes. Good. We're at 2, 3. Good. So through with this motion, you want the hips to be facing the floor. You don't want the hips to be shifting side to side. So perfect plank position. Good, we're at 5. Here we go. 6. So make sure that your hands are coming right under your shoulders as you come into your plank position. 8. 9. Good, 10, we got 5 more here. Keep going, you got this. 1, 2. Squeeze those glutes through at the top. 3, 4. Last one here, you got this. Going all the way down for 5. And rest. So let's give those arms a shake. And we're gonna go into our plank hip dips. Let's start with actually 10 per side. And because we're gonna go nice and slow. So you wanna dip to the side and take about 2 seconds on the way up and dip to the other side. So we'll build on the reps as we go. Okay, so getting ready into your plank. Shoulders stacked. And let's go. So hiking up and down to the side and then up again. That's 1. So you want to get as close to the floor as possible. You don't have to touch the floor. Good. 3, 4. You're going to twist your body. Hiking up. 5. Halfway there. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one here, and 10, rest. Whew. All right, timer's on for your rest. Take a break and get some water and catch your breath. So again, we are going to be doing that one more time. If the inchworms are a little bit too challenging, you can start to bend your knees a little bit more. It's going to take away from that pressure. And you can also decrease the reps that you're working with, so you can go a little bit slower. All right, so I got 30 seconds here. You can shake out those arms. I know those shoulders must be burning, mine are. So we'll get ready for our next set in about 20 seconds here. So again, like I said, as you come back, you can start to bend your knees more and more from that high plank position. It'll be a little bit easier to get back up. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're on. So again, bend your knees on the way back up. You're standing up fully at the top, and you're squeezing your glutes through. Good. We're already at 4. We've got 5, 10 more to go. You got this. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Nice plank position. 7, 8, 9, 10, we got 5 more. Whew. Start to feel it. 1, 2, 3, 2 more here. 4, last one. And 5. Whew. Coming down to the floor, resting. So quick break with this one because it is a lot on the shoulders. And then we're going to switch over into our plank dips. All right. Getting ready in your plank position. So again, just 10 per side. If you want to add on more reps, you're more than welcome to. Here we go. Dipping to the side and back up. Other side, that's 1. Good. 2, really try to twist to the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more here. 9, last one. And 10, rest. All right. So again, quick break. I'll explain the next exercise here. We're going to be going into a sumo squat plus a sumo RDL, and that's going to be paired with our feet up oblique crunch. So this one may be a little bit challenging in terms of mechanics, but it's easy once you get the hang of it. So again, if you have weights for this one, you can definitely add them on. You don't need any. We're gonna get into our sumo squat position. Just like we did with our lateral lunges, it's not gonna be as wide because we're not completely gonna be going on one side. So just into your normal squat position and just double it by a bit. From here, we're gonna take one full squat on the way down. And as you come up, we're gonna switch into an RDL, shooting the hips back, reaching for the floor, and then squeezing the glutes up. So coming down, squeeze, going back, squeeze. So I'll show you from the side what it looks like. As we come down for our squat, you want to use the glutes, you want to push them back just like you're sitting in the chair, coming back up, squeezing, and then from here, slight bend in the knees, feel a stretch in the hamstring, and squeeze up. For your hands, you can either have them on your shoulders, in front of you, like in prayer hands, or you can be holding some sort of weight. If you are holding a weight, I suggest that you have it up on your chest like this for the squat, and then down by your feet for the RDL. So you're kind of switching in between. So that's going to be paired with our feet up oblique crunch. So what that looks like, your knee on your back, and your knees are going to be extending right out from your hips. And from here, you're going to take one hand, you're going to reach out towards your knee, and then back down towards your knee and back down. So you're really reaching towards the other side. Your opposite shoulder is coming off the floor, reaching towards your toes. So those are the two exercises that we're going to be working with now. So for the sumo squat and RDL, we are going to be doing 20 total reps, and that's so 10 and 10. So you can just count 10 total. And then for the oblique crunch, we're going to be going 12 per side. Okay, so getting ready, I'm going to use my weight here just to show you that you can be bringing weights into this, but it's not necessary. Okay, so 20 total movements, 10 total sequences. Here we go, weights up by your side, and we're going to squat down, squeeze, and then RDL. That's one. So you're nice and slow on the way down, especially for the RDL. You want to be feeling the hamstrings engage. Squeezing your glutes at the top. That's 3. Good. 4, your back is nice and straight. You have a strong brace here. 5, halfway there. Breathing out as you come to the top, extending your glutes through. Good. We're at 7, 3 more. You got this. 8, 9, last one. And 10, rest. I know my glutes are on fire right now. We're gonna come back down to the mat for our oblique crunch. Remember, we're going 12 per side, and you're trying to reach out towards your toes. So really try to extend out as much as you can. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to the left, and then back down towards the right. So you're reaching up and out. That's 2, 3. As you can see, I'm breathing hard at the top because that's going to allow me to engage my abdominals to the fullest. So we're really breathing out heavy. Good. 8, 9, 11, last one, and 12, rest. So I'm going to start my rest timer. We've got 1 minute, and then we're going to go back into the sumo squat plus RDL. So if the oblique crunch was a little bit too easy for you, what you're going to do is add a pause at the top. So as you come to the top, hold, and then back down. Hold, and then back down to really feel your obliques engaging. Okay, so we're going to get started in about 30 seconds. Catch your breath, get a sip of water. After this one, we have one more sequence to go through, and then we'll do a nice long cool down today. yoga inspired cool down, and then end our class from there. So we still got about 15 seconds. So with the sumo squat and RDL, a majority of where you should be feeling the movement is in your glutes. You're really going to feel your hamstrings engage as you go push your hips back for the RDLs, but I really want you to feel the glutes engage at the top of every movement. Okay, so getting ready on our feet. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and let's start. So again, 10 total sequences here. And engage. 1. Breathe out the top. 2. Strong core. 3. You're not hyperextending your torso at the top. We're just locking out the glutes. We're already at 5. 6. 7. 8. You got this. 9. And 10. Rest. Put your weight away. And come down to the floor for your oblique crunch. So again, we are going to do 12 per side. This time, we're adding a little pause at the top. So hold at the top before you come back down to the floor. And remember, you're trying to lift your shoulders off the floor as you crunch. All right, we're breathing hard at the top. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Up, hold, and down. Good. 2, and down. Good. 3. Hold at the top. 4. Hold. And 5. Hold. Good. 6. 7. 8. 9. Reach up and out. 10. 11. And 12. Hold and rest. All right, nice work. So we're going to be moving into our next sequence here. We have another upper body kind of push sequence. We're going to go into all fours to downward dog. So we did do a high plank to downward dog a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me, this is just going to be a different variation. We're going to be on all fours, lifting your knees up, and then going back to downward dog. And that's just going to be paired with a dead bug, either opposite limb movement or both hands and both feet. So I'll show you what all that looks like. For the all fours to downward dog, you guessed it, we're going to be starting in an all fours position. So your hands are always going to be under your shoulders, especially when you come back into this position. It's very crucial that you don't surpass this range of motion or kind of fall short. We don't want any injuries at the shoulders or wrist. So you want to make sure that the shoulder is always stacked on top of the elbow and the elbow is stacked on top of the wrist. And then for your knees, we're going to be stacked on top of your, or under your hips. And then from here, you're going to curl the toes under. You're going to brace hard and you're going to lift the knees up. Now this is your starting and ending position. We're never going to come fully down to the floor until after the set is done. So it's a lot of core work as well. I'm going to start here and we'll go back into downward dog and then come back here. Don't touch the floor. Back to downward dog. Don't touch the floor. So for those ones, we are going to be doing 15 total. So back and forth. And that's going to be paired with a simple dead bug. This is by far my favorite ab exercise because it really engages the core and you're not really doing any extravagant movements to do so. So it's really all about that core engagement. And you want to make sure that your lower back is always glued to the floor during this movement. So from here, you're going to dig your lower back into the floor and you're immediately going to feel your abs turn on. And from here, you're going to extend your opposite limb out. So your opposite foot, opposite hand, and then meet back in the middle, bending your knees. So the vacant hand always stays where it is. We're not moving down or up with the hand that we're not moving. So we're going to stay here. And all throughout this, you're making sure that your lower back does not lift off the floor. So you can either stick with this variation, or we can go both hands and one foot like this, or we can do completely all fours, and you don't have to come all the way down to the floor. You can just stop just about where your end range is. Okay, so we're going to start with the All fours to downward dog first. Again, we are doing 15 reps, and these reps are gonna be nice and slow, especially on the way back down from downward dog. You really wanna feel that core engage. Okay, so getting ready in your all fours position. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Engage the core, lift off, back to downward dog, slow, and 1. Good. We're at 2. You're gonna push away from your shoulders. Good. 3. Never touching your knees on the floor. 4, 5, 6. You're shooting your hips up. 7. Bend your knees to come down. 8. And you're breathing out at the top. 9, 10. We got 5 more. Here we go. 1, 2. Slowly coming down. 3, 4. Last one. 5. And rest. Whew, I always feel that so much in my shoulders, and that is where you should feel the movement. Okay, going down into our dead bugs. I'm gonna try the double leg, double hand variation. I'll start out with the opposite limbs just to show everyone on the screen if they want to follow along. Okay, so we're gonna be doing this for 30 seconds. So we're not timing this one actually. So let me set my timer here. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get started. We're gonna be lifting off. So opposite limb movement. So opposite hand, opposite leg coming out. And you wanna make sure that your lower back is glued to the floor and it's not moving, especially as your limbs extend. So the movement becomes much harder during the end ranges. And that's really where you want the lower back to be pushing into the floor. Good, almost there. And rest. Nice work. So that one wasn't too bad. Next time, let's try 45 seconds on our dead bugs. So I'll set my timer for that now, so we don't get behind. Okay, so quick rest. And actually we're at the last set for our day today. So we're just gonna go back into all fours to downward dog. Again, 15 reps. And as you saw, while we take a break, you can just watch me. As you saw from my downward dog, I come down really slow. And then there's that secondary movement where I bend my knees to come to the floor. So from here, I'm lifting back to downward dog. But from here, I'm also coming back over here. But then there's that secondary movement where I have to lower my knees down to the floor, but I'm not touching the floor. So don't forget about that movement. As you come down, you have to bend your knees to come close to the floor to feel your core engage a little bit more. Okay, so getting ready, we're gonna do 15 reps. Last push through, here we go, in 3, 2, 1, lifting your knees up and back to downward dog. Remember that second movement, coming down with your knees, that's 1. Good, nice and slow, really slow pace here. 2, push back nice and fast, slow on the way back. 3, good. Feel the core engage. 4. We're at 5, breathing out and downward dog. 6, good. 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, you're always coming back with your shoulders on top of your wrists. 11, 12, 13. Here we go, 2 more. And 15, rest. All right, flipping over on our back, we're gonna go for 45 seconds. Again, I'm gonna try the both hands, both feet movement here. You can also join me on that. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Timer is on, and we are go. So lifting back and coming forward. As you can see, I'm not lifting too far out. I'm just going to my end range, because any further than this, I know that my lower back is going to come off the floor. So there's no point of the exercise there. I'm only going to get injured. So I'm lifting to where I can. Breathe out as you come back. Nice work. Extend and breathe in and breathe out as you come in. Good. Strong breath here, especially in any core movement. Really want to get those abdominal wall working. So you're breathing out extra hard. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, nice work. So that brings us to the end of our strength sequence. We're just gonna lie here for a bit, get the heart rate back to normal. And then I'm gonna lead you through a nice yoga cool down sequence. So you can lay on your back with your knees bent or with your legs outstretched. I want you to place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest. And I want you to be aware of the rise and fall of your stomach. So as you breathe in, your stomach rises. And as you breathe out, it falls back down. You're also slowly going to start to notice that your heart stops beating as fast as you slow down your breath. And from here, I'm going to ask you to try not to move your chest up and down as you breathe. So it's just the stomach. From here, you're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 5, 6, out, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 5, 6, out for 7, 8, 9, 10. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 5, 6, out 7, 8, 9, 10. From here, you're just going to bring your knees up. You're going to take your hands on the insides of your feet, so grabbing the sole or your arches of your feet with your hands. It's okay if your lower back comes off the floor for this. You can also take your 2 peace fingers, so your middle and index finger, and wrap it around your big toe. We're going to go into our happy baby here. So from here, I want you to push your lower back down to the floor as you bring your feet out into this really wide position. Now from here, the goal is to keep pushing the lower back into the floor. Your tailbone is glued to the floor, and you're really going to feel the stretch here. From here, you can start to rock side to side, whatever feels comfortable. And we're going to go into more of a dynamic hold here. So slowly stop rocking. And from here, you're going to push into the floor for 3, 2, 1, and then extend your legs out. Let the lower back lift off the floor for hamstring stretch, and then come back in and push for 3, 2, 1, and extend out. Straighten your knees and push in for 3, 2, 1. Extend out, straighten the knees, go wider, and then push in, push your elbows down, knees to your elbows, push, 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 and bring your feet in close together, and then back to the floor. From here, you're going to inhale and take your right leg up. Exhale, place it on your left leg or your left knee. And from here, you're going to draw the entire shape down towards your left side. So the right sole of your foot is going to be resting on the left side ground. Both knees are staying bent. And from here, if you're okay in this position, if you feel a lot, you're going to stay here, or you're going to continue to push that right knee out to the side. So some of us may feel this stretch in our IT band area, in our hip flexors. Some of us may feel it in the quads, in the quads or lower back. Wherever you feel it, just take note, and those are the tightest areas of your body, and that's what you need to be stretching a lot more often. So continue to push this right knee out. And continue with your deep breathing. And on your next inhale, you're gonna bring your legs back into starting position. Take the right leg off. You're gonna inhale, take the left leg up in the air. Exhale, bend and put it on your right leg. And then from here, we're gonna draw the entire shape down towards the right side. So the sole of your left foot is down on the floor. And again, you can start to push that left knee out, out, out. We only want to feel about a 7 out of 10 stretch here, so nothing too extravagant. And on your next inhale, coming back up and crossing the feet. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug, roll side to side. And from here, tuck your head into your knees and you're gonna start to roll up and down your spine. Take as many rolls as you want to come back into a seated position. And as you come to the top, you're just gonna let your knees fall out to the side while your feet are touching. So the soles of your feet are touching. So you're gonna bring your your feet in closer to you. And you can grab onto your toes. And from here, we're gonna establish a straight back position, so neutral spine. We're not hyperextending or popping our chest through. We're not completely rounded, just a neutral standing position, seated position. And from here, on your next inhale, you're gonna start to straighten up, draw the crown of your head through the ceiling. And exhale, you're gonna fold forward, bending at the hips, not at the back. So the back is staying nice and straight. And then staying where you are, you're gonna inhale from this position, again, drawing the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, coming down, down, down. Inhale from here again, stretch to straighten up. And exhale, coming down towards the floor. One more time, inhale. And exhale, fold. And then from here, let your back round. The head comes towards the feet. And slowly start to come back up. From here, you can just cross your legs or stay where you are. We're gonna inhale and move our hands behind our back. Your chest is going to go towards the sky, head up in the sky, inhale. And exhale, big round bear hug around your back. Tuck your head under. Inhale, coming through. And exhale, fold. Inhale through. And exhale, fold. One more here, inhale all the way through. And exhale, fold. And rest. All right, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you everyone next Tuesday. Bye.